right, let's look today at Little Dreamer. We looked yesterday at Somebody Get Me a Doctor, which is on Van Halen 2. This one's back to Van Halen 1. Great sort of ballad that they've got there. Only a couple of guitar parts, so we'll break down a little bit of the tone. We're in E flat tuning, a little bit of the tone, and then we'll look at the parts. Tone-wise, I use exactly as I did yesterday. It's that Marshall Plexi 100 watt on the fractal. It's very, very bright and it's got a lot of that reverb to simulate the studio sound that they had. Okay, that's kind of the tone I'm going for. Now, as I said, E-flat tuning, we're in C minor, C natural minor, and the whole idea is based around, I guess you could think just minor pentatonic. So if you're thinking box 1 up at the 8th fret, but you're going to hit 8, 6, 8. So 8 on the E, which is your C, and then E flat and F, which is 6 and 8 on the A string. Palm muted. Okay, and then I'm using 3rd and 4th fingers to fret the 8th fret D and G strings. Now, you're outlining essentially a C minor 7 chord. Okay, but you're not playing that high note on the B string, so that is the chord. Now, I think I do downstroke when I hit that chord. Okay, so you're moving up 8, 6, 8, and then you're hitting that chord on the 8th fret. You're hitting the B flat and the E flat, which is 8th fret on the D and G. And then 2 hits down, not palm muted. And then you move that same thing down to the 3rd fret, which is G minor. And then it comes back up to the C, back down to the D. That's that intro. And then when we get to the verse, it's really, really nice. His dynamics, he's really pulled it down. Soft palm muted, just 8th notes on the C. And then it's an upstroke on that same chord, but you kind of let it ring out a little bit before you slide down to go to the G. This is what I mean. And then from the G, you're going to slide up to the B flat, and this is just a power chord, and that's on 6th fret. To F power chord, which on the 1st fret. So chord shape-wise, you've got the 8, 8, 8, 3, 3, power chord on 6, power chord on 1. Okay, and then we go into the chorus, which is a variation of what you've already played, okay? The difference is now you go down to F minor. Okay, so you think F minor pentatonic. 1, 4, 1 on the A string. And then the same 2 notes, which is 1, 1, on the D and the G, I'm fretting them with my 1st finger. Now you can hit your thumb there or bring your 1st finger back down to the F. And that little lick he's got there. Okay, so in that one, you kind of, the bass has moved up to the G, to the 5 chord, which is going to resolve back to the C to go into the next verse. So he's playing a lick in G. Now we've been outlining a G minor, which is correct for a C minor, the key we're in. But he brings in the B note, the major 3rd there, and then again that just gives it this really nice color. You know, Eddie was just so great at doing, you know, those sorts of things. So he's bending up, I'm thinking C minor pentatonic, that box 1 chord shape. So that note on the 5th fret, you're bending it up a whole step to the 7th. Okay, so you're bending that up to the 7, but then you're going to hit that 4th fret. Minor pentatonic would be the 3rd fret, but he's playing the 4th here. It's a really nice sound. Okay, so he's using the whammy bar as well to bend into that whole step bend after the first one. Okay, 5, on the D string and then down that blues scale. Right, that's that little lick there. And really the only other part there is, it's in the second verse. I'll just play it. Okay, so what they were doing is after he goes to the F, he brings in the A flat. We haven't seen this before. This is in C minor, C natural minor, so it works well. Up to an E flat, 6th fret A string. And those are just straight power chords. Then the B flat 5, power chord. And then down to a G and a nice sort of open G5 voicing there. And then you're back into the chorus. Then it's guitar solo time. Okay, and those are the rhythm guitar parts for Little Dreamer. Good luck. See you next time.